What's up, Pharrell Freaks? Brian, Mafia, Ciano here with you. Of course, you know David, the Shepard. We're going to be doing a little thing that we're going to start calling in off the bench because, of course, you know Scott Farrell out this week, down in Florida with 34C, catching some rays, working on that tan. But we don't want to leave you without any video, without any insight into the show, so we're going to give you some of our opinions, see what you think about it. First up, we're going to talk about the MLB Playoffs. You had 4 big games happening here on Monday night. Of course, you had the Mets just completely kick ass and take names in Citi Field, just completely clobber the Dodgers after the whole ugly controversy of the weekend. You had Chicago go and play St. Louis, hit 6 home runs, set a playoff record. It was like Oprah was back filming her show at Wrigley Field. You get a home run, you get a home run, everybody gets a home run. Then, of course, you had Kansas City down 6-2, score 5 runs to come back, take the lead, win the game, survive. Then, of course, Toronto down 0-2 in their series, goes down to Texas, plays the Rangers, wins the first game, comes back in a big way this game, just takes off right from the beginning with their bats. They survive as well. We got Game 5s in both those AL series. David, what do you feel was the more impressive thing? To me, of course, I kind of think that the guys and the teams that struggled early on, that had to fight their way back and force that Game 5 in the AL, both those series, is a little bit more impressive. Obviously, you get the playoff record with the Cubs hitting all the home runs. The wind was blowing out Chicago, that helped them. The Mets offense has been good throughout the last couple months of the season, and the Dodgers really aren't as good as that team. So to me, the big comeback by Kansas City late scoring the 5 runs to keep it going and keep the series going, and Toronto being left for dead after getting clobbered at home, going down to Texas, and now coming back and making that a series at Game 5, although no David Price because they had to use him in this game. The comebacks to me were the bigger stories and forcing the Game 5s than the just Cubs and Mets running over their opponents.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, to me, it's about expectations going into the playoffs. And we knew with the Blue Jays, many people considered them to be the World Series favorites. And then you talk about the Royals. And obviously with the Royals, they were within, 1 run of forcing extra innings in Game 7 of the World Series. I think by far with the Blue Jays, they clearly had that AL wrapped up. But with the Mets, we didn't expect anything from them heading into the season. And then you talk about this Game 3, the momentous occasion that the Dodgers had with the slide heard around the world. And with the Mets now, you felt like they were deflated. You felt like Chase Utley got away with something. And this was Matt Harvey, who the fans were ready to boo and ready to bury out the pasture, wanted nothing to do with him. And Granderson came up big, and he hits like 240. So for him to bat the way he's batted in the postseason has been incredible. And you thought with Harvey, and you mentioned it in studio, giving up 3 runs pretty early in the ball game, for them to win the way they did, in the hitting fashion they did, has got to be the most impressive feat.
Yeah, Granderson, one of 3 Mets with 3+ RBIs in that game. Him and Cespedes just clobbering the ball. So you like the Cubs and the Mets because they didn't have the expectations coming into the season to be great teams, but are showing in the playoffs that they probably are the best teams in the NL.
Absolutely. And I think the Mets also have better pitching, too. We've seen that in the playoffs.
Absolutely. We'll see how things shake out the rest of the way. Obviously, those Game 5s coming our way in the NL. We'll see for the Cubs, can they hold on in Game 4 and take it? We'll see if the Mets can beat Kershaw for a second time in their Game 4 and win that series. All that coming up in the next couple days. Mafia, Shep, giving you a little of our insight while Scott's away. See you soon.